I've never been a real big fan of covering up my zucchini plants or my squash plants, but this year, honestly, really changed my mind. So I have zucchini and squash in a couple different sections of my garden, and this one particular section is in my in-ground uncovered garden, and I have 2 zucchini and 2 squash plants. And if you notice, they look really healthy. I mean, look at this. Look at the size of these. I mean, that's my hand. This thing is, I can't even explain how big it is. My hand just covers this part right here, even spread out. But look how big this plant is. Like, this leaf is huge. So is this one here, and it's definitely producing. There's a nice zucchini right there, right in the middle. Can't see, it's right here. And looks like there's another one right behind it. See the flower right in the middle right there? So it's still producing. And then I also got to show you this other monster. Let me kind of get over here. Look at this guy. I can't get over there. These leaves are in the way. Look how big this thing is. That's not showing justice. I'll move closer, but and then the other 2 are crooked neck squash. But these are starting to show signs of insect damage. Basically, always this time of year we get insect pressure. But if you notice on the ground there, I can see where it looks like some of the insects are starting to, I had to give it a little haircut because some of these leaves, like you see here and there, you know, they're getting a little bit too big and in the way. But I'm starting to notice a little bit of insect. Like, look at these beautiful squash. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think it's beautiful. But look at the size of this one. This one's humongous. And I'm going to grow this one a little bit bigger because of my little friends right here. They love their zucchini. But anyway, I see some damage starting to develop. Even though this thing's still pumping out squash, you got 2 right here. And it looks like there's a couple little buds coming up. And then there's one over, let me move my hand right over there. So they're still producing. This one is too. A lot of male flowers. But I'm going to be probably pulling this out of the ground soon. Same thing with the zucchini. So let me go ahead. Yeah, because look, there's another one right there. There's another one right here. And they're still doing really well. Let me see this other plant. Yeah. There's another one basically right here. That's another zucchini. There's a couple there. So these are still pumping out some flowers. And some female and male flowers. So I'll get some more zucchini and squash out of this. But let me show you my other bed. Now this is one of my raised boxes that I actually had covered with insect netting. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to keep my chickens out. Even though they like to nibble on all the leaves and chew them up, which I'm fine with. I don't care. I mean, there's one missing right here. But I also noticed that the plants themselves are actually really producing well. I got tons of squash on this plant. They're all over the place. Let me move over to the zucchini. The zucchini are on the other side here. Yeah, let's keep you guys out. So, yeah, see, the chickens are eating out. I don't care about that because look at the zucchini. Nice and healthy. There's one there. There's one there. There's another one right there. And they're not showing any signs of insect pressure at all. I mean, they eventually will, but I have this thing covered. And I left it covered. And I'm like, I'll just leave the ends open, which I did here. I mean, I have a fence up here so the chickens can't get in, but the ends are open. I'll show you the other end here. Because these little buggers will get right in there and pretty much tear the plants up. And this side's open. So this isn't completely sealed, and that was intentional because the pollinators, I wanted them to be able to move in and out especially once these plants started to flower. And at the same time, the netting creates another layer of protection. It may not stop every insect from getting through, but it will really reduce much of the pressure, the pest pressure that these plants are dealing with. So looking at both of the areas, in-ground and the covered raised bed, side by side, it seems like the biggest difference is the uncovered plants are still producing, but the plants under the netting are producing well, but they look cleaner and healthier overall. And for me, honestly, that's because the goal, I'm not here to grow the biggest zucchini or squash. It's about keeping these plants productive as long as possible. You can never really go wrong with throwing a couple extra plants into the mix. So I'm getting another round of zucchini and squash started now. These will be ready to take over when the older plants start really slowing down. It's just an easy way to keep things going without putting all your hopes into one plant. Man, this garden result gets me super excited. And honestly, I can see the difference right here in my own garden. And it's not about growing the biggest zucchini or growing the biggest squash. It's about having very healthy plants. And the healthier plants you have a longer harvest time. And we work so hard in our gardens to eat really good foods and healthy foods. Why not have a longer harvest time? So this worked really well for me this year, and that's why I decided to share it with you. So remember, grow what you eat, and happy gardening.